Hey, Junk Monkey friends, it is Sonia and Matt and Cindy, special guest tonight. If you saw our live earlier today, guess where we are? Well, let me just tell you, if you didn't hear, here's the hint. I'm here to tell you that the cheese curds in Wisconsin are absolutely amazing, okay? And if you saw our Instagram post a little bit earlier from our hotel room, you would have seen me stuffing them in the refrigerator for later, because it's totally okay to sit on your bed and eat an entire bag of cheese curds, right? I mean, what do you do though? Like when you come here, I mean, you're from Wisconsin. I mean, is it normal to eat cheese curds out of the bag while you're just sitting at the TV? Like just like a bag of chips?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah?
That is a bag of chips.
I like how you think. We might never leave Wisconsin because you know what? No one else is here in Wisconsin.
Beer. And brats.
Yes, you were laughing at me how I said the word brats today. I said the word brats, right?
You said brats.
Okay, it's brats.
It's like not brats.
There's a lot of brats in Wisconsin too.
They are everywhere. Let's be honest here, people. But yeah, so how would you say it? Brats.
Bratwurst. Bratwurst.
Bratwurst.
Why are you acting like it's the first time?
German bone in my body, okay?
Why is it you acting like the first time you have it and we always have it?
Because I don't say it like this normally, okay? It sounds fancy. So I'm just
Tess has brats.
Bratwurst.
Oh yeah, people are going, penguins are starting. Hurry up.
The penguins are starting.
Yeah, it's playoffs.
It's like this.
Playoffs.
It's us or the penguins.
It's back to back.
Well, I can't help it.
You have
to decide.
All right, see you guys. I'm going.
Okay, see you later. Thanks for joining us, guys. So this is day one of the Paint a Piece Furniture Day Challenge. You guys know this week that we shared with you some really exciting news, and we are going to work through over the next 15 days using 15 different colors of our Chalky style paint of our original recipe. Who was on here when we did the 20-day challenge of the milk paint, right? The milkshake paint. The milk paint. Really, you were? Yeah. And how cool is that? Because she was on the other side of this camera, and now we are right here at
Holy Land Vintage.
Holy Land Vintage in Wisconsin, because Cindy is our latest retailer. She is our retailer here in Wisconsin. We came to visit her today, and look, she's already started her setup over there. Look how gorgeous that is, right? She has all the colors of the
She's got a cool store. I'm doing a run through the store.
All right, we'll be over here.
All right, hang on. We're doing a run through the store.
All right.
We're doing a run through the store. Okay, and there's downstairs too.
Yes.
But you get downstairs. Okay. There's stuff everywhere. There it is. No, I'm here.
We'll just be right here painting.
I'm here.
I'm so glad you came back. Did you miss him?
We missed you, man.
We missed you. Yeah, we missed you.
So I find it interesting. It's called Holy Land. You want to explain the story behind that?
There's an area of the communities around here were named holy names: St. Anna, St. Cloud, St. Peter, Mount Calvary, which is where we are. There's a few other that are. I really should have looked that up before. But it's called the Holy Land. It's considered the Holy Land. And
I'm feeling blessed being here today
because
this
is
a pretty amazing
from
space.
Us is the Holy Land Donkey Haven.
How cool is that, right?
It's awesome.
A rescue for donkeys. Hey, you know what? I think there needs to be one, so I'm glad somebody's doing that. I do too. That's what I'm saying. I've seen Shrek. I know what goes down with donkeys. Not just people. All right, so tonight I've kind of got a two-part thing going on tonight, okay? Because this is a Chalky Paint Challenge. But we're here and we're talking milk paint too, because how fun it is. We're here with Cindy, and she is a retailer, like I said, for our milkshake milk paint, okay? So I figured tonight, she doesn't even know what we're going to do, okay? Should you meet the piece of furniture? Because there's Matt, there's me, Sonia, there's Cindy, and here is the piece of furniture, okay? So let's just get like up close and personal over here, all right? Brownie, frownie, right? What do we know about this piece? This is Cindy's piece. She came from her house, right?
Nope, I found it at St. Vinny's last week.
Oh, it's going in your house. I'm sorry, St. Vincent de Paul, right?
Yes.
Cool, right? Brownie frownie, nothing fancy. But you know what? She's got great bones, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
She's actually pretty old.
How old do you think it is?
She had glass knobs with the square nuts, so I'd say at least 1930s.
Nice. We love it. Listen, they don't make furniture like they used to. Who agrees with that, right? So you saw all the chippiness that's going down right now. Over here, you know, dents and dings and scratches. This is the drawers that go into it right here. Take a look on the floor. So we're going to get to work on this tonight. And what's really fun is I have Cindy here with me to tag team it, all right? So we're going to knock it out of the park. So Cindy is trusting me tonight because she's like, whatever you want to paint it, okay? But I know it's going back in her house. And I know that she is a lover of teals and teal blues and this just really, really pretty blues. So I think tonight I'm going to pair up Sea Glass, okay, the milk paint, who's used this before and absolutely loves it, just to let you know, so we'll talk about the two kinds of paint. So tonight's going to be pretty special. So if you're wondering the differences in the paint, you'll be able to see it at work, okay? So let's pair up the sea glass, which is a beautiful, you know, all the names of our milk paint are named after the island that I grew up on, Newfoundland, Canada, in Atlantic Canada. And so
like
they're all...
shoes.
Oh, she does have cool
shoes.
shoes.
I have no idea how she saw her shoes.
Because we are very.
I have every color.
Observant people. Ladies are observant people. So, but every color of the milk paint is actually named after something from home. So the actual term sea glass, as a young girl, I spent lots of time in the coves, on the beaches, picking up all those pieces of glass that have gotten dumped in the ocean and then just eroded over time by the waves, by the rocks. You know, and you find them, and there's this beautiful blue-green color, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? Has anybody ever found that out there? Or maybe you buy jewelry that's already made with it. So we're going to pair up that color with our classic. This is Don't Judge the Can, because it's been my can, and it's been in use.
And it came the whole way from Pennsylvania.
It did. So this, of course, is our new packaging, of course, that we announced this week as well. Go back and watch that video. If you're like, what the heck are they talking about? Go back and watch that video. But anyway, we're going to use our antique lace, which is our most popular... Can you see here? Our most popular chalky style paint color, because it just goes with so many different things, right? And it's not vintage white. Vintage white is a beautiful white, but it's classic white. And so for those of you who are right now especially loving anything to do with primitive and rustic and farmhouse and that sort of thing, you know, country, this kind of color just goes with so many different things. So you can paint things in this color, you know, pair it with other accent colors, change those out, but always use this as your base, right? So it's kind of like spans the ages.
Tess said, are the chalky paint colors named after Fayette County? Sure, why not? Mass and a Hass. We got Mass. We got Mass and a Hass.
Mass and a Hass.
There you go. Today I was looking at
mom and dad's
truck that
on.
was I Love You More.
Say hello to your mom and dad.
Hey, Mom and Dad. Everybody say hello to Mom and Dad.
Hey, Sonia's Mom and Dad.
Hi,
Larry and Valerie.
Come over.
Tell your parents where you're from. They just checked in.
Mom and Dad has no idea where I am?
No.
We're in Wisconsin. All right?
Yeah, by
Wisconsin.
By
land of cheese.
Yeah, north of
beer.
Milwaukee.
Bratwurst.
North of Milwaukee.
Yes?
From the Algonquin, Milwaukee, meaning
Lord.
the good land.
You have to point out to everyone.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at how nice and wide that opening is.
That's how much bigger it is.
She's really excited about that, right?
So
yes,
excited.
I like the way she thinks. So tonight, I am going to share my coveted brush with Cindy to be able to use, and we are. So I'm gonna hand this over to her like a holy grail, okay? So she's never used a Klingon before, so I'm curious to see what she thinks. She can take it for a test drive. I trust her. You know, I only let my best friends use my paintbrushes.
Your mom and dad said, "Wow."
Where, over in Wisconsin?
Yes.
Heck yeah, right? Not too far from back home in Canada.
Actually, we're pretty close to Manitoba and Thunder Bay.
Yeah, Thunder Bay is just right above us, right?
You're halfway home.
Yeah, there you go. Mom, pick me up at the border. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to give Cindy the job of going ahead and painting the base, okay? Can you combine chalky paint and our milk paint on the same project? Yes, you most absolutely can, okay?
Okay, question.
Yes, go ahead.
What is the equivalent of the antique lace in the milk paint?
That would be thick cream.
Thick cream.
Yep, absolutely. So the really cool thing is you can combine the two. So in this case, Cindy has given me free creative control to go ahead and jazz this dresser up, okay? So she's going to trust me on this one, all right? But I'm trusting her with my good paintbrush. So I'm going to put her to work using the new chalky paint here in our new canister. We'll give her the run at the whole big thing because she's excited about the big round.
Cindy
stuff,
Shaw
right?
from Boyceville, Wisconsin says, make sure you get some deep fried cheese curds. We've already been eating
listen, when we're
cheese
done
curds.
here, we're going to find a place to eat that Cindy knows about that has like good
just
home-cooked
Wisconsin
Wisconsin food. I'll let you know how that goes, okay?
Red Cabin at Green Acres.
Yeah.
Yes?
Best restaurant.
Where,
Okay, we'll let you know.
Where's Boyceville, Wisconsin?
I don't know.
Do you know?
Do you? Google, where are you? Somebody
Where
on here
are you
knows. We have
from?
smart friends. Somebody on here knows.
Where are you
what
from, Cindy?
Okay, real quick so we can get started. So I'm going to put Cindy to work. I'm going to go ahead and let her go ahead and have fun with the antique lace. And I'm going to ask her to go ahead and paint all over this piece, okay? Are we doing anything with this piece? No. You saw Cindy just kind of dust it in a little bit. Way to go, all right? Just grab a brush and go bananas. If you're ever working on a super shellacky surface, which, you know, sometimes you find those pieces, we always just encourage you just to help make the paint even adhere even more. are, just take a sand block, something that's heavy grit, or if you have an electric sander, and kind of buzz over it real quick to open up the wood pores. But in this case, this is, I mean, it has a finish on it, but it's not like, you know what I'm talking about, those yellow varnish, super glossy pieces that back in the day people just glossed over and over and over again. It's like this thick a varnish, right? So yeah, you can give it some extra teeth. Did you see one over there that you found? The chair?
The mid-century modern.
The lane.
Oh, yes, yes. So just never fear, right? Just go ahead and grab your paint. So we're going to put her to work on this, all right? You want to start this?
I'm up for it.
I didn't see that.
Well, now that I've had a shower, we need to do that tomorrow morning in the hotel room. It's okay, it's all clean water. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, and this is a wet brush, okay? So you're supposed to keep it wet, remember? So we just pulled it out of the water. Like, it's been kept moist all day. Yes, I traveled from Pennsylvania to Wisconsin with it, wrapped it really, really well so it stayed moist, and all the bristles stayed wet. So I'm gonna go and have her to go ahead, and I'm curious because I want to just see the reaction of you using this, right? Because you know I love me my shabby chip brushes, and I found this brush for like working with the Chalky style paints, right? And all the paints. It's just, there's a little bit of water working out of its way right now, but as you keep working with it, you're gonna, what do you think? It's pretty cool, right? So
I'm so smooth.
I want you to go all over. Oh, I know. Maybe what I'll do for you too is, let's see here.
Try drying it.
Yeah, let me get some of that water out. Only because that way it'll be better. So I'm just kind of dabbing it off right now onto an old rag, just to help her out. Yep. Just so we get started.
Trenda's checking in from Wichita, Kansas.
So her job, let's see, we'll check in with her just a
Dolores
little bit.
says, new cans, bigger cans.
Girl, she doesn't know the secret.
No,
she doesn't know all the good news.
You need to go back and watch them the other night.
Everybody likes the bigger cans.
I know, they're awesome, right? I like big cans, and I cannot lie. Did I just say that? I think so. See, she is such bad influence. I'm just saying, and I'm an easily influenced person.
I'm not saying.
All right, you're not seeing it. You're being good tonight. Okay, so she's gonna paint this all over. We'll check back. Okay, these are the doors. So here's where the part where I say I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do these chippy style. Okay, can you imagine a cream backdrop? And then some really pretty chippy distress. We'll see what we get. So remember, when you work with the Chalky paint, it goes on. It's the muscles. It's Mr. Pickles. He's the monkey on the can, right? And you put him on. He sticks on really, really well. And then if you want to take some off, you're going to have to, get out your sand block, and you're going to have to do some distressing and really work it, right?
Let me say this real quick.
All right, go for it.
I know it sounded silly. Where's Boyceville, Wisconsin? Obviously, Boyceville is in Wisconsin. And it's obviously Boyceville.
Is that you saying that?
Yes, because people are going, hey, Cindy, where's Boyceville? Ha ha. What is Boyceville near to help me get an idea of the general location?
Girl has no idea.
To have a general idea of where the location is.
Yeah, I'm from Wisconsin, and I'm not sure where it is.
Okay.
That's why I say Google.
So we're between what? We're between Green Bay and Milwaukee.
Yes.
People ask where Mount Calvary is.
Yeah.
All right. That's like today. Somebody said, "What town are you?" And I'm like, I've got to double check because I know I'm on Mount Calvary Road because we have.
Somebody says Google.
We have somebody in our area, a town that has that street. But yeah, it is Mount Calvary is the actual name of the town.
Kate says hello from the family of now 10.
Oh, you guys know Kate on here, who's my right-hand girl at the shop. You guys have probably met Kate if you're local and been to the shop. Everybody say congratulations. Kate is now a grandmother
at the age of
18 of 6 furry children. Yes, her fur babies came last night. So if you've been following that, Kate now has 6 cute little kittens.
So if you need a kitten and you have a good home.
If you need some furry therapy.
Yes.
Yeah, message us. All right, so here's the deal.
I'm saying
so now we're an adoption
Kate's probably like,
no, my babies, my babies. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, she's taking
Crystal
good care of them.
Berger said you're in the holy lands of Wisconsin, greatest place on earth.
Is she close to here?
Hi, Crystal, I love you.
Oh.
Ah, okay.
Do you guys know each other? Is there something here we don't know about? That's so awesome. Okay, let me talk through this real quick. No questions, okay? Because somebody on here is going to pay attention. They're going to miss this. All right, so when you're working with the milk paint, you want to go equal parts to start with. You can kind of go from there, right? So for these couple drawers right here, I'm not going to use my entire package. An entire package of our milkshake milk paint, and we call it the milkshake because when it's made, it is the consistency of a milkshake when you paint with it, okay? But just know that you can thin it out to make it like a stain, or you can thicken it up as well if you, for any reason, you need to use a really, really thick paint, okay? So these are the pieces down below. The entire package makes a pint of paint. I will not need a pint of paint to paint these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dresser drawers below me, right? A pint of paint generally covers, rule of thumb, 1 entire piece of furniture. So in this case, I'm just kind of going to wing it. But just know the paint powder actually will last indefinitely. But as you go, just make up what you need, right? Because I don't want to have to, I don't want to have to toss out milk paint that I don't use. So I'm going to go ahead and just guesstimate. That's all what it's about. Painting is therapy. It's having fun. So I'm going to do 1, 2, let's see, 3, 4.
So Gayleen says
5. Just roundabouts, okay?
Your possum is really cute. She said ours down here are ugly. That's down in New Zealand. I don't know. I've seen some pretty cute possums down in New Zealand.
Polly eats really well.
Yeah, Polly.
Really? Well, I saw she had like papaya and pineapple and mealworms, right? Mealworms?
Yeah, mealworms. They love mealworms. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do like.
Oh, she said
1.
Boyceville
2,
is east of Minneapolis.
3, 4.
So you're right
5.
on. What is? I don't know. I'm not familiar with Minnesota at all. So I guess that's right on the border then?
Nope.
No? What?
Yep, she said.
Yes.
Yep,
okay.
you are correct, Armando. All right, so what I just did was put equal amounts of water. You guys saw those? Some of the spoons overfloweth with water. I am not OCD about it, okay? I just want to get it started. So what happens is now we have a mason jar here. We put our powder in. We put our water in. And now we have paint already.
The sea glass chalky paint equivalent would be mermaid tail, but it's a little bit more blue.
I'm trying to think, probably even like a stormy forest mermaid tail. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead, we're going to stir it up, and now you've just made paint, just as easy as that. So never let the paint powder mess with you, okay?
For a minute.
And just to let you know that true milk paint comes in powder form. All right, I'm going to keep stirring. Stirring it up. I'm stirring it up, baby, over here.
I'm over here watching what's going on.
Okay.
We need to talk about those garlic dill cheese curds.
Oh,
You're awful close to me.
It's well, they're awful close right now. I'm kind of stinking it up.
Oh my Lord! So yes, Cindy gave us a welcome basket. By the way, show the sign that she made for us.
Yes.
Cindy's a DIYer, and look at this sign. She of course included some green because Wisconsin is the home of the Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
So she did that for us, and how nice was that? But she also
Aren't
gave us a welcome
lucky?
basket.
Aren't we lucky that Green Bay Packers are in the NFC and not the AFC?
I don't even know. I can't talk football. I just talk paint.
I love putting you on the spot.
Lucky for the Steelers, that is.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You can
All right.
hand bone it up and have.
Well, you guys beat us once in the Super Bowl in the last.
I'm just over here beating the paint.
I'm just glad it's not. They're not.
Take
New
your
England.
frustrations out with a little milk paint beating. So what happens with your milk paint is it actually sets up after about 10 minutes, okay?
Yep.
So there you go. Now come take a look up close. Look how pretty that is. Can you guys see that? It's beautiful paint, okay? I love it. Now let's take a look at this piece over here, because you guys will ask me, okay, with milk paint, do I just put it right on? You totally can. But the difference between milk paint and the chalky style paint is that milk paint, at least our milk paint, is unpredictable and does its own thing. It is actually the only paint that will chip. So like I said, chalky paint goes on, it sticks on, it's staying put. Whereas Miss Petunia, she is the little girl monkey on our milk packages, and she gets, like I say, a wild hair sometimes. You never know what she's going to do, okay?
I call it self-distressing.
Self-distressing? Yes, I love that, right? Because literally, you will see as it dries, it can chip and crackle and do all kinds of fun stuff, right? So it gives you a really cool imperfect, just natural process that happens, and you get the most beautiful finishes with it. So we can combine the two together to make a beautiful piece overall, right?
Can you use a roller with either of the paints?
Yeah, absolutely, you sure can. So what I'm going to do though is, because if I look at these drawers right now, so the thing with the milk paint, what's going to happen is the more shiny the surface, the more chipping we're going to get. So I don't want it to be to the point where it's so heavy chipping, but I'd like to see some, right? So I'm going to try to control it a little bit, and this is where you bring in the extra bond. This is what I call the monkey muscles, okay? In fact, I might just update this label and just call it monkey muscles, because that is the truth of what it is. So it makes Miss Petunia sit down a little bit more into her seat and behave, okay? So behave or behaved out. So let's go ahead and put some in our milk paint. You're going to come over here?
Yeah.
Are you scared?
Oh, by the way,
or is it my garlic breath?
It's the garlic breath.
Oh, come on. You still love me anyhow. All right, let's go
anyways,
ahead.
Let me wait.
Monkey muscles extra bond.
Okay.
Glug, glug, glug.
Oh, if you
glug,
want
glug.
to receive a, we're going to give away a $20
yes.
coupon to spend at the store.
To shop online.
To shop online.
So it doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah. So, yes. So it doesn't matter where you are. If
because
you want,
no good milk challenge would be complete
without
some giveaways, right? Yeah. So we need to do that.
So if you want a $20 credit to shop, just share this like Tamika just did.
Yep. Thanks, Tamika.
And we'll announce the winner a little bit later.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And then what happens is when we announce the winner's name, you have until midnight to email us. And when you do, we send you back that special code that you can use for one time to go ahead onto junkmonkeypaint.com to use it towards whatever you want on our website, okay? So you guys see what I just did. This is one more important tip I want to share with all my friends on here. For those of you who are using milk paint, don't be scared of it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of it because it's really, really easy. And when you add in the extra bond, do it at the point that you've already made your paint, okay? You make the paint, then you decide to add the bond to it based on your surface, okay? So I'm just going to use a shabby chip brush. Plus, I'm looking for that chippy sort of look here. So that's going to be awesome. And yeah, check in with her because see what she's doing over there.
Okay.
See what she's doing.
I just want to remind everyone, go to the bottom of their Facebook page to get your $5 coupon only until midnight.
Yeah, that's right.
See, we just get busy talking, I forget. Yes. Tell them about that, Matt.
Yes, go to junkmonkeypaint.com and sign up for the newsletter with your email, and you will immediately get back a $5 off code.
It pops right up on your computer screen, so don't wait for it to be emailed or anything like that.
And that ends at midnight tonight.
Yep, it's been out for 48 hours as a thank you back to you guys. So, you know, use it towards a product that you've been thinking about trying. Go grab a can of the Chalky style paint or the milk paint, you know, and give it a shot because...
Or grab some wax or whatever.
Ooh, everybody's loving on our new wax. Absolutely. Oh, I'm loving this.
Oh, Kelly's checking in from Jerome. Hey, what's going on, Jerome, PA?
Ooh, this is pretty.
Oh. Okay. How much bond did you use for your 5-to-5 ratio for what you did? How much bond did you put in?
I do a glug, 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 okay? That's how I say it because I don't get OCD. You just want to make sure you add the bond. So I tip my thing up and I just let it go. I'm trying to even think. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe even a quarter of a cup. Not a whole lot. Because I still want to see something happen, but I do want to, you know, have more of a overall coverage, right? But you would use milk paint if you love that chippy style, right? It's all natural, which is cool. It does its own thing, and as it dries, we'll follow up and see what happens on here, but I'm predicting that we're going to see some chippiness because these drawers have a veneer on them, right? And so I think that because of the sheen and the shine of them, we should definitely see some chippy action. But this is the cool thing. It's totally unpredictable, so it's a lot of fun.
Pam
a little bit like us.
Yeah, totally, right? Yeah. So what's wrong with being spontaneous, right?
Pam Isler's checking in from Uniontown.
Okay.
And for those of you in Uniontown, go down to the red sign.
What?
The red door?
The red door. She's in Wisconsin. She knows the red door.
Yeah, I was over here painting. Like,
down in Uniontown.
Yep, the red door studio.
Yeah, so it's close. They're carrying the milk paint line now, so we're kind of close. Yes. So if you don't want to make the trip to Connesville,
ask her if she knows where it is. That's pretty cool too.
I'm sure
she's right down there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the cool thing is that Cindy likes, you know, if you see her shop, it's very like old and primitive. Right?
Nan's watching. Say hello to your Nan.
Hey Nan! Now I got Mom and Nan on here. Everybody take a second to say hello, Nan. Hello.
Linda, go to junkmonkeypaint.com. Sign up for the newsletter. You'll get an instant $5 coupon.
Yep, you can use it right away, but it does expire tonight. So
the old red
get
door.
It and use it. Yep, the old red door studio. You got it. Oh, look how pretty this is, right?
I was wearing my T-shirt the other day. I got from the old red door.
Were you?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Well, she gave us one, so I was like, whoever gets to it first. You right?
Well, I thought there were two of them. I just thought that one's out for me.
No, it's okay.
I'm giving you a T-shirt too.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have collectible T-shirts.
You know what?
What?
Guess what mine say?
I don't have to go shopping.
Matt's goal is to get a T-shirt from every state that we go to.
Yes.
So that he finally has some new decent clothes. Okay.
Yes. Yes. The special brushes are still being made, worked on right now. we will let you guys know. Sign up so you can be the first to know.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Yep.
Bianca says, hi from hot Yuma. Yeah, Yuma, Arizona, probably not one of my more favorite places in the Marine Corps for the short time I was there.
You know, we have plans this summer to go visit our friend Claire Nicole, if she's crafty too.
Jan goes, where are you? We are right off of Lake Winnebago.
It's not hot here. There's snow here.
Yeah, we're
if
right
I
off
check
of
this, I think it might melt.
We're right off of Lake Winnebago.
It tells me it's like 110
in
degrees.
Fond du Lac, right outside of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, at Mount Calvary, what is known as the Holy Lands. Oh my.
It's a little hot.
I'm having like a allergy thing today. I don't know.
You know, I think it's just because it's a totally different
Are you guys
area.
in a new location? Yes. Well, our retailers are.
Yes, we've been on the road.
Yes.
Junk Monkey takes the nation 2018, of course, road tripping all over, as Matt calls the shore to shore tour.
The shore to
So,
shore.
yeah,
Monk
we're
Junkie
having
shore to
fun.
shore.
What is it?
Junk Monkey shore
Monk
to shore.
Junkie. Is
Monk
that what you
Junkie.
said?
Yes.
You're funny. All right, I love that. All right, there's one more here I got to do. So, bye-bye, Brownie Frownie. Who likes these sea glass colors so far?
No, Jan, we are in Wisconsin
that's the
right
most
now.
important thing, if you like it. It's a good deal. All right, let's go over here. All right. So
Where is Linda at?
I'm not sure.
I think Linda's mad at me.
Why?
I don't know.
She messaged us and she said I missed her live the other day and she felt bad because, you know, she's your greatest fan.
She should feel bad.
She's your buddy.
She should feel bad. I feel lonely.
No, well,
when Linda
tonight,
is
because
mad.
we were away from the laptop,
What did you do with
we couldn't send out a
Riley?
notification, right?
What did you do? Nancy goes, what did you do with Riley? You're not supposed to ask those questions.
He's sleeping in the van. No.
Yeah, no, actually, he's getting ready for a big show that he's playing tomorrow
Playing
night.
a school band.
Yeah.
School event tomorrow night. I think it's a dance, right?
Yes. And catch him in June 23rd in New York City with John Moyer from Disturbed as they play in New York City.
Yeah, they got some really cool news.
Do you use that wonderful brush for all your painting now? She's using a chip brush.
I'm using a chip brush right now. So anytime I want to do a distress look, I'm going to use a shabby chip brush. Because you see what happens. You know, obviously, if you're going for chippy style, this brush is not going to give me all over coverage. Do you see what happens? You see these peekaboos coming through, right? Yep. And that's because the bristles of this brush is really, really hard. So if you're trying to achieve distress, you know what? Just do yourself a favor and use these brushes. They're
Melissa
awesome.
says, do you still have your shop in Liggy in here? Yes. Junk Monkey headquarters is
Although
still up and operational.
We just might stay here in Wisconsin because they have amazing cheese curds. And Matt is probably going to have some beer tonight. So, like I say.
Yes.
Yeah, he just might not leave.
I'd like to stay, but I'm having fur baby withdrawals.
Oh God.
You know.
Do you want to go hold the? I was gonna say porcupine. Do you want to go hold possum?
Hey.
Or the skunk's down
A
there,
boy
too.
and his
We
dog.
have something in common right now.
Right. Well, I had a pet skunk when I was a kid.
We have, as Matt says, a geriatric dog.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we had to get home to take care of our Duff man.
Yeah, most people have a fur baby. I have a fur. I don't know what to call it. He's so old. He's like.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Poor guy. But he's blind, can't hear anything, and so you know.
Jan says they have that cow beer.
They have the what?
That cow beer.
Spotted cow.
Oh, spotted cow.
Oh, that's what you gave me
Yeah,
today.
that's what we got in the thing, right?
All right, let me go ahead and dry this.
What test? No, what's going on? What are you saying they scored again?
Oh,
are you telling me the penguins are getting killed?
Pretty. Oh, I like it. Hot?
Yeah, Debbie says best beer in Wisconsin is Spotted Cow.
I agree.
What does it taste like, though?
Tastes like Spotted Cow.
Okay, I've never eaten this Spotted Cow.
Tastes like deliciousness.
What is the taste, though?
Dana says you need one of your hair wraps. Nancy says he's a senior furry. He's beyond senior. He'd be like 130 in dog years or something. He's like crazy old.
Well, let's be honest. Duffy was at our shop one time when we were in our older space, and everything was filled with antiques as well as like painted stuff. So it was like an intermingling. And a gentleman came in, and Duffy was just sleeping there in his bed, and he said, "Wow, that must be the oldest antique that you have in the entire store." And we're like, "Yep,
he's old.
And he's still here. At this point, we think he's going to outlive us. So we're just preparing ourselves for that, right?
My oldest cat.
Oh, Tess said.
19 years old cat. Okay, in cat lives, 19 years old will be what?
My vet jokes and says, "Quit picking on Tigger. He's 144 years old, for God's sake."
Oh my God, 144-year-old
remember,
cat.
Well,
apparently she's very good at taking care of animals.
Dottie, my mom had a dog, and Dottie just passed away recently.
Yep.
It was my stepfather's dog. But we got Dottie when I was in junior high.
Yeah.
And Dottie passed away when I was, almost 40. Mm-hmm. So think about that. I was 14. And she died when I was like 37, 38. Mm-hmm. So how old would that have made her?
Very old.
Yeah, she was like 23, 24 years old.
She was Jack Russell Terrier. So
she was Jack Russell Terrier. She still went 100 miles a minute, right?
Yeah.
And she was, unfortunately, she was having a seizure issue. Yeah. And she was put down.
Who's got fur pets on here?
Yeah, everybody does. They're talking about it.
Well, you know what? Let me ask you this, though, because you never know who's in the bunch. Because today, if you saw our live video, Cindy here has a pet possum.
Cece says her cat is 27.
That's a long time. Who has maybe a
today
animal?
is National Pet Day.
Is it?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
And we left our fur babies at home.
Oh, man, we're not good for
and we're bad parents.
Yeah. All right, no, we feel really bad. We gotta leave. We'll end this live now and hit the road to Pennsylvania. But yeah, who has maybe animals in their life that are not the typical pets? Like, anybody out here have a pet pig? I saw a video this morning of a pet pig who was just hanging out in a little kiddie pool, right? I thought that was pretty cool. So, I just thought that was pretty neat.
All right, question.
Yeah.
Sandy wants to know.
Okay.
Sandy Figueroa wants to know.
Yeah.
Would you get more chippiness if you didn't dry it with the blow dryer?
It's not going to make a difference. So as it dries, it just does its own thing that it wants to do, right? So the key is just having it. But honestly, we're only speeding up the process right now because we're doing a live, right? You guys would message us and tell us otherwise that, hey, it ain't fun watching paint dry. So this is
I think it is.
Yeah, when there's
Melissa
exciting things happening, right?
Melissa says,
Yes.
when will you be back in PA? Tomorrow we will be back. The Penguins are winning 5-0 actually, and the game just started.
Nice.
So beat filthy Delphia. 1976.
This is kind of nice. I mean, I could just be over here having a cocktail. Where's the cheese? Somebody give me cheese. We got Cindy here, who's like,
man, people
stepped up.
have pigs, ferrets, hedgehogs.
No way.
Yes. Debbie says, I have a pet hubby.
Take it this one. Yep, go for that. So, she'll keep drying. I'm going to work on these right now. But she grabbed this hair dryer. We took the diffuser off, right?
Must you seal it? No, you don't have to seal it, but we
it's
like
not
to.
Gonna fall off or anything
We
like
like to seal it for durability.
All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start distressing. There might be a few spots where it's just a little bit wet, but that's totally okay because you know what? I want this to be
that's funny.
shipping.
Cindy says.
Anyhow, right?
says she has a pet bear.
Yep.
His name's Joe Bob. She married him 32 years ago.
He's a hairy guy, is he? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and let. The nice thing with the milk paint is it just distresses so easy.
I can't root for the Kings, Nancy, because Marc-Andre Fleury now plays for Vegas Knights. I gotta root for my guy Marc-Andre. Too many animals, Denise.
Denise says she has too many animals. How many animals?
Tony said they had a one-eyed hamster, no fur that wouldn't die.
Aww.
We had one of those too.
Yes.
I blame your brother for killing it.
It went away. He was never the same.
Yeah, he overfed it. He come back, he was dead.
Aww. Poor little guy. He was a hamster named Mr. Mouse.
Yeah, he had some identity issues.
Yes.
Tina says my son had a brown-headed parrot and thinks he's a cat.
No way. There's a video that goes around. I love it. It's the guy's playing the guitar, and the one parrot's like
Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know I can't be found.
And the one bird is
sitting
That's
on
me at a party.
Yeah, right. And the one one bird's like, I don't know you, and he like puts his leg up like, stay away from me, crazy bird. And the other one's just like, you know, like showing off his feathers. Like how I did that?
Messages, Jeanette. We'll check that out. That might be something else we need to check out.
What's that?
Jeanette Patton had an issue that she submitted her coupon on the order, but it didn't take the code.
Never. Okay. Yeah, you can message us. But honestly, the coupon comes up. Do not check out if your coupon's not coming up, right? So don't proceed ahead. Message us before you check out if you do that, because we need you to enter the code at checkout, okay? And I know a lot of you guys have been taking advantage of that.
Yep.
But you've got to plug the code in. It doesn't automatically come up. You've got to go enter your email address, get the code, get the item that you want to put in your cart to apply it towards. It's going to come up and say, enter discount code. Then it takes the amount off, and then you go ahead and enter your information, okay? So just do it in that order.
She said she already did.
Then, I don't know what to tell you, because you have to, you know, don't proceed if anybody out there. You're the first person I've actually heard that it didn't take it off, so it just might have been, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what would have happened, you know. It was user error, but just message me so I can help you out. But yeah, because you have to use it before you check out.
Jody's checking in from Ludington, Michigan. Have to use the code right away? Yes, you do. You have till midnight.
Yeah, till midnight to use it.
And if you need to get a code, go to joeluckypay.com, enter your email down to get notifications.
Yep.
Also, we're giving away a $20 coupon code. All you have to do is share and reply share on here.
Yep, absolutely. And I know that hundreds of you guys have been taking advantage of it, so...
Oh, Vicky's checking in from Minnesota.
Go grab it. Ooh, this stuff on really well.
So Tess, I need an update of the score of the game, hockey game, and the score of the Pirate game right now.
Oh, good golly. Oh, I got one more I need to do. Oh, I love how this
Laura
is
said her code just worked for her. Excellent.
Perfect. Yeah, I actually haven't heard of the code's not working, so you're the first. So, but yeah, if you ever get to it and you don't have a code or your code's not entering, make sure you message us before you check out.
Karen
right?
Jenkins Hughes says, congrats on becoming a retailer.
Yippee! Yay! All right. Woo, what a workout. I'm loving this, though.
I love it.
She works out. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Do you stand before you paint? No, we
Nope, you saw what went down.
We
don't even judge if you don't clean.
anti-sanders.
All right. So for those of you who, in this case, we put, just because we don't know how the milk paint will react, we put Bond in our mix. You see how tight this actually held down? So just to let you know, you can get all kinds of effects with the milk paint. But even if you want an all-over coverage with it, add the Bond and then play with it from there, right?
This is sea glass. Sea glass.
Yep.
That's a medium grit sand sand block. Oh, Bianca flexing on us.
She's beyond the sand.
Oh, she just giving the flex.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, what's Bond? Extra Bond is something you add to the milk paint to give it an extra clingy property.
Yep.
This is sea glass, and Cindy's over here doing the antique lace.
Yep. I'm just pulling out my sand block to get it nice and good to go. All right, this is awesome. This is on. This is ready to go. Sometimes I'll use, I didn't pack my mason brush with me today. Which is little mason brushes that you can get when you go to Lowe's or Home Depot. Bricklayers actually use them to swipe dust. They're awesome for when you're working on furniture. But sometimes I just take a shabby chip brush because when you did that sanding, it can leave like a dust on your piece, right?
Yep.
So let's get this off real quick. Real quick. And there we go. All right, done. Let's take a look and see how you're doing over here. Ooh, nice. So I think on this piece here, I'm going to add just a few more strokes to bring it together. So we've got one first coat over here. Let's go ahead and add our second one. Because I'm thinking I want the piece over here to be more coverage on it, right?
Linda! I've been wondering where you were. I thought you were mad at me, Linda. I've been lamenting on here the last couple days. Where is my Linda?
Oh God, now you're just sounding weird. Come over, take a look, guys. So I'm putting down a nice layer on top of this. I'm going to go along with my strokes because that's how you're going to get a really nice finish with your piece. Shorter strokes if you want more of like a what I call the wretched look, right?
How come the lady that has hot flashes is using the hairdryer?
Melanie said, hey, my monkeys.
Hey, back at ya.
Hey, my fellow simian.
All right. This is looking really nice. Liking it. Who's used the antique lace before?
Everybody
absolutely loves it.
Antique lace.
Right? Like, this color is so popular.
Karen says, look at that big old new can of paint.
Heck yeah. It's nice.
Tony,
it's heavy.
Tony from Kentucky says, feeling like chocolate liver. Well, Tony,
that's not good.
I mean, you know, you just have to butter me up a little bit more.
Then you're feeling like chocolate liver, or
she's feeling like chocolate liver because I'm like loving on Linda.
Funny.
Tess said her sister, I'm feeling those flashes.
She's with you on that.
Laura Miller's checking in from Wyoming.
Hey, Laura. All right, let's go ahead.
Hey, Bettina, how are you? Tony laughed. Yeah. My mom always told me about those Kentucky ladies. Judy Mesky says, I've used antique lace on tons of projects.
Nice, isn't it? Yeah.
But I must get some sea glass.
Ooh, pretty.
Carol said we need to all change our names to Linda.
If you want to be in master grace.
Did you have any good cheese? Yeah, we were talking about the cheese.
Did we ever?
And we're about to go have more good cheese.
Yes, I started this video by saying, is it wrong to like just sit on the end of your hotel bed and eat a whole bag of cheese yourself? So, apparently, according to Cindy, it is not, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Actually, you can get a couple projects out of a can. A medium-sized dresser would be no problem at all.
Yep.
But first time you use it, always remember, until you get used to using the paint, you're going to use more than you usually do. Jennifer Bass wants us to hurry to Texas.
We are coming
to
Texas.
Are coming.
We've got plans for Texas. Lots of good plans. We've been getting all kinds of retailer apps as well from down that way. So I've never been to Texas. I started to say earlier that I was told that Texas in the summer, if we come down this summer, can get up to like 110 degrees, people. I'm going to go to Texas and probably like sit in the actual van and not leave.
Cheese curds are heaven-sent little bits of...
what are cheese curds?
Heaven.
Cindy is
Tony,
offended.
I'm feeling you on there. I've been out that way for a long time. Anyway.
What are cheese curds?
Hey, Matt, where's my Boston? Where's that Boston I made for Linda?
She wants more than what we have.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, we've got
Can you roll the paint out? Yes, you can.
Do some things.
She says Texas is miserable in summer. Go in February.
February.
Well, we're a little bit late for that one.
Oh man, I don't know if I even want to be on the road up here in February. All right, so Cindy put down one layer.
Dee says,
I'm going to go over with a second layer real quick.
We'll have to get you some cowgirl boots. Hey, I'm a farm kid. I got plenty of cowboy boots to go around. Do you want them in lizard? Do you want them in stingray? What do you want them in? You want them with flames? You want them without?
You are funny stuff.
Well, it's true.
I know it's true. You have a whole collection. That's why I say Matt has more boots than me. Come on, you people.
These boots are made for walking.
Yeah. Am I supposed to know the rest?
Yeah, and that's just what I do. Is the antique lace milk paint a chalk paint? Antique lace is a chalky paint.
You're gonna be all right. right.
The milk paint equivalent is the thick cream.
And tonight we are using the Chalky recipe for the frame, and we use the milk paint for the actual drawers. So I'm just kind of bringing this together here, adding a little bit of ecstasy on it.
Karen said, hi from Australia, didn't get a notification of this live.
I posted it on our wall.
Yeah, do I need do a new request? Love you guys.
No. Because we're on the road and we don't have access to our system that you subscribe through, and we can't do it through our phone, that's why we posted it on our Facebook wall tonight. So this was a bit of a different sort of scenario, but yes, I'm glad you're subscribed, because when we're on home base, we always love to send out notifications so you guys can be sure to hang out with us. So you're good.
She needs red ones. Dee Dee says you need red cowboy boots.
Heck yeah, some, yep.
Bev asked if we got the Green Acres yet.
We're going soon, Bevy. That's Crystal's mom.
Ah, okay.
What's Green Acres?
Red Cabinet Green Acres, where we're going.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yes.
Remember, Matt? Cold beer.
Yes. No, trust me. I'm sitting here
You can't
salivating.
forget stuff like that. Come on now.
Nancy says, well, it's getting ready to be storm season in Oklahoma. That's okay. I got the van. We'll make it a storm chaser.
Oh my goodness gracious. Love it.
Hey! EA Menudo's here, our buddy from...
Hey!
Yes.
Yep.
Our terrible towel buddy.
Yep. You got it.
See, Vicky gets me. Vicky said, man,
Ha.
ha ha. Actually, my father just called me, so if you had a blink in your phone thing, that was my dad calling.
Did you tell your father you went out of state?
No, and he's going to be like, what do you mean?
Where are you to?
What are you doing?
Well, we're halfway across the country.
Yeah.
Money stuff.
Yeah.
All right. I like it not. Okay. So we can do some distressing. All right.
Pam
cool.
says, wow, the new retailer is lucky she got to see Matt.
Yes. Right?
You know, it's
I know what you all don't know.
yeah,
I know secrets about Matt.
The international man of mystery.
yes,
She may. You know what? You
That
don't
is
know.
me.
She may succumb to extortion.
Yes.
Before you know it, she'll be taking your picture and like sell them up here. Mail them out, right?
Secret of Matt.
There you go.
Okay, and I live. We were having tornadoes in Gulf Force headwinds, lots of drama. Yeah, Galen, I never knew New Zealand had all that stuff. I knew they had big winds, big rains, just not for me. Choo-choo. We saw him one time. Did he hit the wrong button on the live and stuff? Lori, you're not supposed to tell. Jeanette says, show us your leg, Matt. Debbie says she snuck a pic of me. Oh, that's terrible because I'm not photogenic. What's the reason we never see Matt? Because I don't want to scare you. Oh, I'm sorry about your fur baby with cancer there. See. Woo.
All right.
I'm showing leg. Look. Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
What is going on?
And that's all I can do.
Should I even turn around?
Probably not.
I probably should.
Yeah. This is Carolyn said, yeah, Laura, we remember he was deer in the headlights. Where are you? I missed the beginning.
Right?
We are in Wisconsin.
What are you doing with your pants up?
We are halfway between Green Bay and Milwaukee. Near Fond du Lake on Lake Winnebago.
What he'll do, what he's capable of, right? You see what happens?
They say my leg needs some sun.
Oh, we have honest
Yes.
followers on our page. So you love it?
I shaved my legs for this.
Yeah, right?
He's got my knees.
She's got knees showing through her pants, so she had to shave her legs, right? But all of us ladies know it is that time of the year.
Linda says.
that you have to shave your legs.
Linda says, sexy boy man. Sexy man, doing the things that sexy man can.
Oh my lord.
How long of a drive was it
Cindy,
to
do you really
Wisconsin?
want to be seen with us tonight? I mean, think about this, right?
Yeah.
Too funny.
You don't know what my reputation
They said
is.
better than pants down.
pants down?
Yeah, because I pulled my pant leg up.
Yeah, right? Come on now, be a gentleman here.
What was that? Can you use Bond in the chalk paint to use on tile? No, the chalk paint itself will hold.
Yeah, we make it to work together with the milk
You're just
paint.
going to have to seal it really well.
I mean,
make sure it dries really well.
I've painted floors before with our Chalky style paint in terms of wooden floors, but they've been hungry, thirsty, like plywood style that's been painted to be really, really nice. I did that with a hardwood, really, really old, wretched, destroyed floor, and in my old shop as well, right? But if you're talking about tile in terms of like ceramic tile, I would actually go and get a really good primer that you can put on top of your ceramic floor, because your floor, you walk on it, right? It gets the absolute so much use. So if you were to prime it first, let it dry, use a really good like gripper primer or something like that, right? Go find one at your local store, a brand that they carry that's really good, and then go over it with our Chalky style paint, because that will give it a better base versus trying to add like Bond into it, you know what I mean? Because those two don't really go together. So I would do that.
How long of a drive was it? It was about 9 hours here. We took our time.
Yep.
I said altogether 9 hours.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started over here. So,
Linda says she's now blind. Well, you asked for it, Linda.
Too funny. So we'll go ahead and let that dry out. But in the meantime, we can start working over here.
Yes, that's a great loss test.
On our, let me see here. Okay. So come take a look over here. So while Cindy is finishing out drying over there, we'll start work with the seal part, okay? So for those of you who are like, you know, is this paint going to fall off? No.
Let me go
Honestly,
and see Cindy here.
I don't have to even seal this if I don't want to, but I'm going to, right? Because when I like putting a wax on it at least for a finish, because it really revives the paint and gives it a nice, you know, it brings it back sharp again. Because remember, you saw me sand over this, so it really muted it down, right? So this is our Monkey Shine Wax. You guys have been loving on it. Use that $5 coupon that's there on our website tonight till midnight. Go order some if you want to try it. It's a great way to try it. And it's awesome, right? So it's all natural. Doesn't make you feel weird in the head or any of that nonsense.
Judith, everybody, Judith from Co-op McCow.
Yep.
She said I should have taken a picture of Matt and when he was delivering paint and posted it.
Yeah, right?
No. No, Judith. No.
Giving her idea, giving him ideas.
I think that violates terms of service.
Yeah, too funny. So you guys see what's happening here right now? Can you see the difference in the color? So the first thing we do is we basically buff it on. Now, if this was something that was going to get a super, super lot of use, like for example, the top of a table, that's what I'm going to tell you. Use your polyacrylic, right? But to be able to seal with a wax, what happens is it's going to actually seep into the wood pores. So I went ahead and I did the swirl motion. What this does in slow motion is basically like push all the wax down into all the different wood pores that make up your piece, okay? Yes. So we do this all over, but we don't leave it like that. That's where a lot of people make the mistake. What we really need to do is grab one of our buffing cloths, and all these tools are on our website at junkmonkeypaint.com. Just click the shop button. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one. These are actually trademark towels called Better Than Cheesecloth. They're awesome. I carry them for you guys because honestly, this is the best thing I've ever found to do this process with. And they're like $1.25. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and start the process of, you know, I waxed it on, and now I'm going to wax off, okay?
All right, let me answer some questions real
Sure.
quick. Susan Bueller, yes, we have a Canadian collection that we can ship to Canada. It's on the website, okay? Second, Karen says she painted an antique table and the wood bled through 2 coats of paint. Any ideas what to do?
Say that again. She painted a table.
She had bleed through.
Okay.
So in your area of your bleed through, take your sealer, your polyacrylic, and go over it, let it dry, and then paint the paint over top that, and that should lock in that bleed through, and you shouldn't have an issue.
Did she say it was cherry wood?
She just said the wood.
Okay.
Can we order online
if it was a
for local
redwood,
fit up?
a lot of times you can see tannins come through. That's quite possible.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like bleed through happens when there's nicotine, there's dirt in your wood. Because remember, like I said, wood is porous, so it can hold things that even though you can't see it to the eye, once you add some moisture to the piece, it just brings all that to the surface, right? So like Matt said, use your poly as a Band-Aid. Go over it maybe with like 2 coats. imagine that in your mind you're sealing it, but think about you're sealing it in, right? You're pulling it in, you're putting a Band-Aid over that bleed through area, then go ahead and finish up that area and paint over it again.
Can we order online for local pickup? Call it in.
Yeah, call it in.
Yeah, that's easier.
Because our online system is geared for
shipping and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, did you say not to use bond with chalky stuff? Yes. Can you layer your chalk paint under your milk paint?
Yes.
Sonia, would you do a fireplace towel that I hate? Would I ruin it, mess it up?
No. Heck no. In fact, send me pictures over at junkmonkeypaint@gmail.com so I can take a look and maybe give you some ideas. Heck yeah, that is such an easy project that you can do here, especially here this springtime when, you know, you just want to change it out. You want to like get rid of some stuff. You want to just, you know, you're sick of some maybe some decor, change it out. But doing something like that can make a huge, huge change to your space. Huge! We're talking huge.
Close to the sea glass and the chalky paint. Stormy Forest and Mermaid Tail. Mermaid Tail is more intense.
Yep.
Stormy's a little less.
Yep.
So Cindy's over here working hard.
Yep.
Having a hot flashback.
I'm sorry. Let me see here. I got more questions.
All right,
how do I get the $5 coupon? You go to junkmonkeypaint.com and sign up for notifications
so gorgeous.
and newsletter.
I'm going to let you try one over here. So yes, just make sure you enter the code before you check out, okay? It's not valid. If you call us later and say you forgot, you have to do it before.
Have you ever painted anything metal? All the time. We actually have
all the time with the chalky.
We have a wrought iron light post out in front of our shop that we painted. We paint metal all the time.
Yeah. So I am going to let Cindy try the wax because she shared with me that she's never tried it before.
Big news. Ooh. Judith.
Yeah.
From Co-op.
Yeah.
She said Dwayne painted his first piece of furniture this week.
Oh, nice. Be sure to post it in our Junk Monkey Paint projects, right? You guys know we have a group. It's a sharing group where we can share all the projects that we've been doing with Junk Monkey. It's a great way to get inspiration, see what other people are doing, and get ideas, because sometimes when you're ordering paint, until you see it actually on a piece, and you're like, what would that look like? And then you see somebody else did it, and you're like, that's exactly what I need, right? So we help each other out. Okay, so real quick, all right, before you take any more questions. So I'm going to hand the wax brush to Cindy right here.
Can I do something real quick?
Yep, go for it. Go fast.
With the chalk and the bond is made to be used with the milk paint.
Yes.
It's non-toxic, so that's why if you have sensitivities, that's why we offer the milk paint.
Line.
Yeah, that's why it is. So the chalk does not work with the with the bond. So.
No VOCs.
None.
No, that actually smells like I'd cook with that actually.
Okay, so keep going. Yep. So you're gonna go round with it. Round with kind of like swivel your swivel your wrist as you go.
I'm swiveling my wrist.
Swiveling your wrist all over. You see the difference? How pretty that is, right? So I'm so excited for you because a lot of you guys will message and you'll say, "Gosh, how do I get streaks out of my poly?" Because painting takes practice, okay? Number one, it takes practice to get better at. But number two, you also shouldn't beat yourself up because at the end of the day, you're creating something, right? And so we don't aim for perfection. We aim for imperfection and beautiful, you know, something that's character, one of a kind.
Maybe they deserve it.
What's that? Because they've been bad?
Themselves up. Hey, can you do 2 coats of milk paint if there's too much chippiness? Actually, you can either buff the piece or use the bond.
Yep.
But yeah, you can try it, but if you're having chippiness, you're probably going to have more chippiness.
Yep.
So that's what the bond's designed for, or you can buff the piece.
Yeah. So if you kind of want to do a test, like, you know, paint it first and then see what happens. And then if you feel like you want more coverage, just take that little bit of paint that you have left in your cup or make a little bit more, add some bond and go over the top of the first layer, right? Just get any of the flakes off when you do your first layer. Anybody on here saw the table that I did during our 20-day milk paint challenge, and it was so glossy and shiny that literally as the paint dried, it just like flew off, landed on the floor, right? But we saved it and we still made a beautiful piece out of it, right? So crisis averted.
Hey,
right.
Pam, yeah, that's not a problem. We have well water as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter with the softener.
Nope.
Just as long as you got the water issue.
So then you're going to buff the
I want
same
to
way.
paint a fridge. What do you think? Chalky style paint.
Chalky style. Yep.
Yeah.
So what you do is you're going to buff it a little bit, and then you're going to turn your rag so you get a nice dry spot, right? So you want to flip your rag.
Natalie, I gave you the answer to that.
Yep.
You just weren't listening.
All right. So there we go.
Actually, Natalie, we say for the online order, For pickup, no, call it into the shop because the online set up for the shipping, right?
Yep.
I have a big metal rooster that I painted with chalk paint and it turned out great. Awesome. Send us a picture.
So nice.
So we can put it on our
Isn't that so
page.
easy?
Yes.
Like,
Can you use
so
Chippy
much
Chippy juice with the Junk Monkey chalk paint? No,
One more
you can't use it with
to
chalky
do.
paint. Chalk paint's a little bit too thick.
Okay, let me put some on over here real
that's it.
fast, and then we gotta distress. You want to do this one over here? Maybe I'll distress over there. Perfect.
Folding laundry.
I think I missed that part right there.
Awesome.
All right, we're gonna let her do that over here. By the way, the brush, the wax, all online as well. So she's gonna
Yes,
finish up
Laura,
that
you got
one.
it now.
I want to do a little.
Is the
more
wax all
sexy.
natural? I remember the stuff I bought and going.
Perfect. Thank you.
The wax is so all natural. It's made with good things like beeswax, and olive oil, and some other things. And me being a chef, I could actually cook with that if I wanted. It's food grade. There you go.
All right, let's do some distressing. So, remember, like I said, the chalky style paint is not going to do the chipping, okay? That's what is left to the milk paint. So, but I do want to make it look old because, you know, what's going to look at a character is if I have these beautiful distressed drawers, they're looking all fine and fabulous, and then I have like more of a all over coverage on here, right? So I want to do a little bit so it matches up so it all feels like it's, you know, it goes together, right? So I'm just going ahead, taking a medium grit sand pad. I have these on my page as well. What do you guys think of that right there? Come in closer.
I can't get much closer.
Come in closer.
Stop it.
I know it's my girly breath.
Stop it.
Come on. Come on. Show me you love me. Show me you love me. Right there, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Right here, babe.
Yes. Yes.
All right. I'm going to have to trust you on it.
Yeah, you should.
All right. I'll trust you on it. All right. So we're going to go ahead.
Right?
Thanks, Matt.
You're welcome.
Who needs friends when you got Matt? Right? No, who needs enemies when you got Matt? I think that's the way it's supposed to be, right?
20 years buys you a lot of pain, honey.
Is there wine in my future? I'm not a fortune teller, but I think there's going to be wine in my future.
She's just designated driver. That's going to be your punishment.
Taking one for the team.
You betcha. I'll be over here with my cheese curds, hanging out.
Oh, you can have one or the other. Not
So what's the like the big foods of Wisconsin? What do you think the you know, like you gotta have?
Well, tailgate food.
Tailgate food?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody loves tailgate food.
Sonia doesn't know what a tailgate is.
I do. It's on the back of your truck.
Where at?
No, it attaches to the back of your truck.
Ah.
See, like the Packer game starts at 3.
Right.
We get there by 9.
Yeah.
You start drinking.
With your
I've
cool-
never gone to a
Heavily.
tailgate party though.
Yeah. See.
No.
Yeah.
Matt, she's not
No.
living the American dream.
I know she ain't. Jan Cook said wine, W-I-N-E, or wine, W-H-I-N-E.
Maybe a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, yeah.
Life is good. Nothing to complain about.
Arlene, yes, you can use it on metal.
All right.
Jeanette says she gets all fuzzy inside when she hears the sound of sanding and distressing.
Uh-oh. Earmuffs.
Yeah, bratwurst, we gotta have bratwurst, we gotta have all that stuff. So, see, you know, you guys need to have more pierogies up here because we have the perfect accompaniment in Pittsburgh to the bratwurst, and that's the pierogi. I think if you guys had the pierogi with the bratwurst, I think it would be like, you know,
Match made in heaven.
yeah, I think the world might end actually.
Like milk paint and wax.
Yeah. What do I use to paint metal out? If it's wrought iron, just paint
All right.
them. We actually painted wrought iron
Tag team
post
it.
outside
I put now.
and did not seal them.
You're up. Tagging you in. All right.
Let's
do a little
if you paint
brush off.
metal,
any of the chalk dust that.
I suggest dark color so you can use oil-based poly. Donna got her paint today. Awesome. Oh, I am late. Hi from California. You get detention, Lisa. Nobody's tardy for class. No, our store is in Ligonier, not Latrobe. Latrobe's a 1-up.
Yeah, it's like 15 minutes away.
Yep.
In the area, but not quite.
Not quite. Yes. Latrobe is Mr. Rogers and Arnold Palmer territory. We don't go there. Oh, Tennille says, "Go Packers."
Yeah. Actually, Wisconsin is Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Is it?
No.
Aaron Rodgers' neighborhood.
Oh.
Different Rogers?
Oh, yeah, the quarterback for Paz, like saying.
You can say it out loud.
No, I can't believe you I can't believe you just sloughed and defiled the name of Fred Rogers.
I still love me some loafers and button-up sweaters.
That's right.
Story time.
Everybody had their cardigan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty sad considering when I was that age. I'm like, I had to have a cardigan like Mr. Rogers.
So thank you to everybody who is joining us tonight. I'm Sonia. This is Matt behind the camera.
Oh yeah,
this is Cindy, who is our special guest tonight. We're up here in Wisconsin at Holy Land Vintage, which is Cindy's store. Cindy is now a retailer for our paint, so we're going to make sure we tag her page so you can find and follow her.
Yeah, we need to.
And Cindy tells me that she's going to be doing some really cool projects coming up and stuff, so you're going to want to follow her page as well. She has a beautiful shop and just such a great vision for putting and pulling beautiful things together, right? Okay, so I'm going to put up the drawers in. You want to do a quick wax buff?
Andrea Johnson. Andrea Johnson. What was that?
Nothing.
I hope that wasn't paint.
Just look over there. Just look over there.
I hope
right?
it wasn't
no,
paint.
it wasn't paint.
Look away, man! Look away!
It was paint.
No, it wasn't paint. I shouldn't be drinking tea this late at night, should I?
Nah. Andrea Johnson,
right,
you
I'll
won the
start
$20 coupon code.
Yep.
Message us at junkmonkeypaint@gmail by midnight.
Yep.
With your, so we can get you your code to claim it.
All right,
There
so
you
now
go.
I'm just going to go ahead and put a seal on the rest of this dresser because we did the drawers. We got to do the seal on the top, and then we can go ahead and put the drawers in. But what I was saying before is thank you for being here with us. This is night one of our 15-day Paint a Piece of Furniture a Day challenge. You guys know this week that we announced that we now have 2 U.S. manufacturers for our 2 lines of paint.
Boom.
And we are going to go ahead and start off with 15 most popular Chalky style paint colors that you guys have picked, which is, number 1, we're going to start with the